In my quest to play every main Doom game before the release of the Dark Ages, I've played through the original and Doom 2. Now it's time for Doom 64. For the longest time, I thought this was just a port of Doom to the N64. I had no idea it was its own game, and I never played it until its release on modern consoles in 2020. This was my second ever playthrough of this game, and I had a great time, so let's get right into this. After the events of Doom 2, the UAC and Earth's governments decided to quarantine the Phobos and Deimos moon bases with an apocalyptic level of radiation. For years it seemed like everything was okay, but then a satellite detected a single demonic entity that survived the first Doom episode. The entity possessed the ability to resurrect fallen demons, and soon enough there was a new demonic swarm posing a threat to humanity. Now with a reputation for slaying demons and surviving hell, the Doomarine is sent in alone. The assignment is clear: merciless extermination. Level 1's staging area makes it obvious that Doom 64 is going to be a different experience than the first two. So many things have changed: the HUD, the weapon and enemy designs, the use of more sophisticated lighting, and the absence of the Chain Gunner, Revenant, and Archvile. And the music. Instead of the heavy metal kick-ass music from Doom 1 and 2, Doom 64 features mostly ambient music, creating a pretty spooky atmosphere. After grabbing the blue key, and yes, there are keys in the first level already, I head through the facility, blasting zombies and pinky demons on my way to the exit. Level 2, the Terraformer, really shows off the new lighting in this game. The blue lighting that fades in after I hit this switch is such a nice touch. Grabbing the chain gun unleashes a group of pinkies, but these convenient barrels provide a quick solution. The level design in this game is much trickier than before. The blue key teleports around, and only after hitting this switch can I go grab it. On the way to the red key, I run into some crusher traps. Okay, Doom 64, this is only level 2. I love this part where the crushers slam into the ground, revealing the next section of the level. Doom 64 is off to a great start. Level 3, Main Engineering, introduces us to a new demon, the Nightmare Imp. They work just like regular imps, but are partially transparent and their fireballs fly faster. I like how in this part you can see the level getting built in front of you. Oh look, new Cacodemon designs. They don't really look as cool with arms. Oh great, my favorite enemies. After another 3D printed room, I find the exit. Holding area starts off with a Spectre Pinky in this dimly lit room. Excellent use of him. Here we're introduced to switches you can shoot, adding another puzzle element to the level design. This switch puzzle near the end had me stuck for a little while, but it reveals a secret exit room guarded by 2 Hell Knights. Once they're dead, I enter the first important secret level of the game. The vast silence reminds you of the military morgue. You knew the installation had a classified level. The UAC had some good reason to hide this place. You wonder what it could be. So Doom 64 has a bunch of secret levels, but I don't know how to access most of them. The 3 secret levels I will be accessing in this playthrough are basically mandatory if you don't want to suffer on the final boss. Outpost Omega is the first of these 3 levels, and we're looking for a demon key here. To get the key, I have to jump this gap, hit the switch, quickly run back here to ride the elevator up, shoot this switch, then drop back down here and grab the demon key all before the door closes. How anyone figured this out back in '97, I have no idea. Also in this area is Doom 64's new weapon, the Unmaker. It uses the same ammo as the plasma gun in the BFG, but every time I pick up a demon key, it gets more powerful. By the end of the game, we'll be absolutely shredding the forces of hell with it, but for now, it still works wonders on these pinkies. At the end of the level, I get ambushed by Cacodemons and my old friend, the Pain Elemental. Oh my god, what do they do to you? I like the overall design of Level 5, Tech Center, with each of these paths leading in different directions like spokes on a wheel. It's a lot bigger than it looks, so many buttons that open new areas. I wasn't expecting this crusher trap, it made me jump. I got a bit lost here, but eventually I found my way. Alpha Quadrant likes to hit you with Hell Knights in tight spaces, so watch out. Thank God for the rocket launcher and super shotgun. Aside from the tight corridors, the challenge of this level is really figuring out what to do. There are all these switches you have to hit and then quickly run to the right spot before the door closes. In this room, we face our first Baron of Hell. They look a lot more intimidating with their red fireballs. I face my first death when I get a bit reckless with the rocket launcher. In the old Doom games, you run faster when running at a diagonal, so I use that to help me get across these gaps and I eventually find the exit. Level 7 Research Lab starts off a bit too quiet. Where are the monsters? Ah, there they are. This is another level I got lost in. All these mazy pathways that look similar. I like how you can actually use this security camera to see in the other room. That's pretty cool. After grabbing the plasma rifle, I get hit from behind by a Hell Knight. Now I'm not messing around. Time to break out the Unmaker. I ran around this level for a while, unsure of where to go, until I realized I could open this gate in the sewer just by pushing on it. Whoops. After that, the rest of the level was a piece of cake. Level 8, Final Outpost, was the most mind-bending level so far. Right away, I had to look at the ground and step on the one light that wasn't lit to progress. Monsters keep teleporting in front or behind me, and the music was really unsettling. It took me forever to figure out how to get the yellow key. These buttons in the room are decoys, meant to distract you from the real solution. Turns out you have to go out in the hall and hit this yellow panel to get access to the key. Wow, I feel dumb. I hit these barons with a volley of rockets and get to the exit. You cackle as the familiarity of the situation occurs to you. The gateway to the demon's domain was too accessible. You realize the demons mock you with their invitation. It does not matter. The demons spawn like rats, and you have the grade AAA UAC poison they crave. Your bloodthirsty scream shatters the teleport haze. Once again, you find yourself amidst. Fittingly, level 9, even simpler, starts off the Hell section of Doom 64 with a replica of Dead Simple from Doom 2. After taking out the 2 Mancubi, I run around the outside of the map blasting Barons, Hell Knights, and Cacodemons with my rocket launcher and super shotgun. When they're all dead, I run to the center and leave the level. The bleeding is the first of many Doom 64 levels that wouldn't feel out of place at a metal concert. I love the skybox here. It does a great job of differentiating Hell from the UAC environments from the first few levels. The grass outside is a nice touch too, and this underground watery cave is really cool. It's a pretty straightforward level, nothing too notable here except I find the BFG. On to the next map. Level 11, Terror Core, is the first level with this purple sky aesthetic, which I really like. It's a more mystical version of Hell that likely inspired some of Doom Eternal's art direction. It's a somewhat small map, but with plenty of demons packed into these tight little spaces as I run around looking for switches to flip. Grabbing the red key causes a bunch of lost souls to teleport in, so I switch to the Unmaker to thin out the herd. Wonder what's behind the red door. Hello! Level 12, Altar of Pain, has this really cool fire and brimstone aesthetic coupled with the purple sky. I love it. There's a central structure in the middle that I have to flip switches and find keys in order to ascend. Gotta watch out for these close encounters with Hell Knights and Barons of Hell. If you missed the first secret level, the next opportunity to grab the Unmaker is here in this creepy room behind the red door. This map also hides the entrance to our next secret level. Just get up here and jump through this fake wall. Killing the Baron opens the secret exit. You smile. What strange place have you stumbled upon? The demons did not expect you to survive this far. You feel their demonic presence waiting for you. Let them taste their guts. The lair gives us this gorgeous view of mountains right away as I blast these imps apart. Hitting this secret switch drops these stairs down here where I'm attacked by a Spectre Pinky and some Nightmare Imps. I can see the second demon key flashing on top of this pillar in the center, but how do I get to it? I ran around for a while, not sure what to do, until eventually I notice this little switch that temporarily opens across the room. Shooting the switch drops the pillar, so I grab the key and get out of here. Back to the main missions. Level 13, Dark Citadel, is one of the few levels I remembered from my first time playing this game. It's really creepy and absolutely full of deadly traps. Let's discuss some of them, shall we? There's this one where the floor falls out from under me into an inescapable death pit. These walls open up and shoot arrows at me like it's Raiders of the Lost Ark. In this big room, hitting the switch gives me access to the blue key, but also shoots a ton of arrows at me. My second attempt was much more graceful. I love this big room where you get to slaughter a ton of demons, it's so awesome. The yellow key area near the end was really cool, it reminded me of a campfire late at night. Time to move on. Level 14, Eye of the Storm, is another castle storming adventure beneath the purple sky, and I'm here for it. We see the Arachnotron again for the first time out in these waters. Moving into the center of the castle, I use my rocket launcher to blast apart some demons. Oh yeah, that felt good. Die, demons, die! Whew, let's get out of here. Dark Entries is another memorable level, and you can tell right away that it's not playing around. After blasting all these Nightmare Imps and Lost Souls, I step into the main room where I'm assaulted by a ton of homing rockets. Every time you enter this room, you better be ready to dodge. This teleporting puzzle tripped me up for a while, but eventually I figured it out. Heading back through the rocket room, this next area features a big grassy arena underneath a blood-red sky. Yeah, that's definitely not a trap. Back in the rocket room, I'm ambushed by a Baron right at the end, so I just run around him and get straight to the exit. Level 16, Bloodkeep, feels similar to Altar of Pain, but bigger and tougher. As we explore this hellish castle courtyard looking for keys, I take down every Cacodemon, Arachnotron, and Baron of Hell in my path. Near the end of the level, there's this cool part where the lights go out, turn red, and I'm ambushed by Lost Souls. Sadly, I didn't stay on the center path my first time, so there goes another death. Next time I'm much more careful and I make it to the exit. Level 17, Watch Your Step, has an interesting gimmick where stepping on these symbols on the ground spawns demons. At first I'm careful, but then I decide screw it, I'm the Doom Marine. I run around the map with reckless abandon, blasting demons in the face, just having a good time, you know? Eventually I make it back to the opening area for an epic battle. Zombie soldiers make up the first wave, mere fodder for my super shotgun. Next are 4 Pinkies, followed by a wave of Imps and Hell Knights. When they're gone, I'm assaulted by Mancubi and Arachnotrons, and then finally the Cyber Demon appears for the first time. Fortunately, my Unmaker has been upgraded twice at this point, so now I shred him to pieces before he can even shoot one rocket at me. piece of cake. Spawn Fear is a neat little level with pretty cryptic design. There's this fake wall with some health behind it, and getting the blue key requires standing on this little platform and shooting this switch. Behind the blue door is a bunch of nightmare imps in a dark room, a deadly combination. I love the way this room shifts after I hit the switch, so cool. Death number 6 comes when my curiosity gets the better of me. I got a little lost after grabbing the red key because I didn't notice this slightly different wall texture. I mean, can you really blame me? I truly enjoy Doom 64, but some of these levels are so confusing. After finally grabbing the yellow key, I run back to the first area. Now, if you run past this point near the exit, a door opens in the next room, exposing a teleporter which leads to the last secret level. You retch as a strange, acrid odor assaults you. Death and demon carcass. No nightmare could have prepared you for this. You realize that this place was not meant for living humans. In the Void is one of my favorite levels in Doom 64 atmosphere-wise. The blue fog, bits of corpses everywhere, and the unsettling music give a distinctive feeling like no other level. As I run through these exposed floating hallways, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. I find the last demon key pretty quickly, but getting it is another story. Blasting my way through hordes of Spectre Pinkies, Mancubi, and Barons of Hell, I collect all 3 skull keys. To get the demon key, I first have to approach the exit, which reveals the switch in the demon key room. After hitting the switch, I quickly run back over here to make it to the raised platform before it lowers. With the final demon key acquired, I throw myself into the void, ending the level. Level 19, the spiral, looks exactly like you'd imagine, a giant spiral staircase. I couldn't resist trying out my full-powered Unmaker, and wow is it OP. Look how quickly it shreds this Mancubus. Thanks to my newfound power, I beat this level in less than 2 minutes. Next. The start of Breakdown reminds me of Dead Simple again. I'm in the center of a courtyard and killing demons makes more spawn around me. I shoot this switch to lower the platform with the blue key, which grants access to a much bigger area. The music here really creeped me out and it made me feel uneasy. I like this part where I got ambushed by a bunch of pinkies, that was fun. After throwing myself into another pit, it's time for the next map. Level 21, Pitfalls, starts off looking really simple, but this level is actually really big. Following these raised platforms in the cave, I find a teleporter to a set of hallways that are pretty easy to get lost in. Lots more tricky level design here, including shooting switches, inescapable death pits, and tough demons in tight spaces. When I first saw this room, my heart sank. The atmosphere here is so foreboding, and I really didn't want to grab that blue key. Entering this dark hole, I end the level. Level 22, Burnt Offerings, is the most hellish skybox yet. We're definitely nearing the end of the game. I love the way these Hell Knights enter the arena. This game has such creative level design. I see this rocket launcher on a silver platter, but it's a trap. Grabbing it almost kills me. I should have known better. This spot with the yellow key looks so cool. And this room with the red key is so creepy. I'm really loving the level design here. After blasting a few more arachnotrons, I exit the level. Unholy Temple is another climb the central structure level, but this is the toughest yet. Again, I love the atmosphere here with the green fire and the water pooling on the floor. It's probably the most complex of all the main levels too. First, we have to climb to the top of the structure in the middle, dodging homing rockets along the way to the second floor. If you still need the Unmaker, you can get another one here by shooting this switch and jumping down. In this epic courtyard with falling pinkies, I find the blue key. The red key is trapped at the Crusher, and the game trolls you with teleporting Hell Knights when you try to get the yellow key. After getting all 3 keys, I go to this room where I have to hit the colored switches in the correct order to open some doors. Each of the 3 doors around the map has a code which you have to follow to open the area. After solving all 3 codes, I head to the next map. Level 24, No Escape, is a pretty simple map for the penultimate level. I drop down into this courtyard and slaughter the demons before running into each of the corner areas and unleashing more of them. Flipping this switch behind the grate releases a cyber demon. When he falls from the unrelenting blasts of my Unmaker, it's time for the final level. The Absolution gives you an Unmaker straight away in case you missed it. If I didn't go through all the secret levels collecting the demon keys, I would be so screwed. Without them, I think this might be the hardest boss fight in any Doom game. It starts with wave after wave of demon rushing through these gates. It's a marathon, and it's meant to weaken you before the final fight. Thankfully, each of the demon keys I collected lets me close one of the portals, so of course I close all of them. Now it's time to finish this. The mother demon sends out homing projectiles while shooting out fire in 4 directions at once, making dodging her punishing attacks extremely difficult. Thankfully, the fully upgraded Unmaker deals an incredible amount of damage, and she's gone in just a few seconds. Finally, the mother of all demons is dead. The blood pours from your eyes as you stand in defiance. As the only Marines who endure the slaughter, you decide to remain in hell and ensure no demon ever rises again. The end. Doom 64 stands out as the moody, crazier sibling to the original Doom games. The atmosphere was more varied and the ambient music more haunting. The more limited enemy roster made some of the levels feel a bit repetitive, but the creativity in the level design usually made up for that. The increasing power as I leveled up the Unmaker was really satisfying, though at the end it was a bit too OP. With the Doom guys staying in hell to fight the demons forever, we're set up for Doom 2016. Next on our journey to prepare for Doom the Dark Ages, we'll be playing Doom 3 and its expansions. If you enjoyed this video and want to join me on this journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, peace out for now.